Hi, it's me again. Today is the 9th of May, and I have another book haul. Again, you know me and my books. Another few books have come for me today, and I thought I'd review them. Again, this is part of the Vintage Classics series, which I've been reviewing. The first two in my last video I showed you, We Are the Never Never and A Town Like Alice. And now I've got four more. The first one I want to show you is by, what's his first name? Graham Greene. Travels with My Aunt by Graham Greene. Story of a retired bank manager who meets his aged aunt for the first time in over 50 years after his mother's passing, and soon she persuades him to abandon his hometown and his wife to travel through various parts of Britain and France and Europe and South America. And they embark on various adventures and humorous incidences along the way. So, a nice little life-affirming little novel. That's, again, a red spine little novel. Yeah. Travels with My Aunt by Graham Greene. The Vintage Classic. There's that one. And then we have by F. Scott Fitzgerald, Tender is the Night by F. Scott Fitzgerald. This one is set in the French Riviera in the 1920s. A couple, wealthy, elegant, and magnetic couple, Nicole and Richard Diver, live an extravagant lifestyle, where they meet a young starlet by the name of Rosemary Hoyt, whom falls for Richard. Of course, events unravel as a consequence. So, that's that one. Tender is the Night by F. Scott Fitzgerald. And then this one, a classic novel. I remember this one is very precious to me because I first read this when I was 15 as part of my English course in school, English class. And I did an essay on it. So this is extremely precious to me. It's by Mockingbird, Harper Lee. Do you remember the movie on which this is based? Starring Gregory Peck. That is a great movie. It tells us a wonderful story. You may be familiar with the story. Atticus Finch gives advice to his children as he defends the real Mockingbird of this classic novel, a black man charged with attacking a white girl. Through the eyes of Scout and Jem Finch, Lee explores the issues of race and class in the deep south of the 1930s with compassion, honour and humour. So, a very touching story. Familiar to most, but definitely. Everyone should own a copy of this, and everybody should read it at least once in their life. So it's definitely on my must-read list. I could not recommend this story highly enough. To Kill a Mockingbird, you have to read this book. And of course, another must-read, fourth book is a must-read. Now, I've seen the movie, but I have not read the book. I've seen most of the movie, but not all of it. But I've not read the book, but with the movie. This movie stars Geraldine Chaplin and Omar Sharif. That should give it away. Boris Pasternak's Dr. Zhivago. Boris Pasternak's Dr. Zhivago. Banned in the Soviet Union until 1988, Dr. Zhivago is the epic story of the life and loves of a poet-physician during the turmoil of the Russian Revolution. Taking his family from Moscow to shelter in the Ural Mountains, Yuri Zhivago finds himself embroiled in a battle between the Whites and the Reds, and in love with beautiful nurse Lara. So, these 4 novels will be going with these others as in my collection, and I cannot recommend this series enough, because this vintage classic series it contains a wealth of different titles that are affordable, that are easy to access, available through most bookstores and online and in stores. Booktopia, Collins bookstores, QED, Dymocks, Barnes and Noble, I'm assuming Barnes and Noble, eBay. Just get online and look them up, and you'll find the publisher, the actual publishing house, is, look, I think it's Random House. Oh, yeah, Penguin Random House. Penguin Random House. It's got the London address here. 20 Vauxhall Bridge Road, London. I like this idea. Penguin Random House is committed to a sustainable future for our businesses, our readers and our planet. This book is made from Forest Stewardship Council certified paper. So I like that. So you can identify the series when it says vintage followed by the surname of the author.
One option I found is Lifeline Vintage Revival. Is that the one you're looking for?
Excuse me, I'm sorry. My iPad keeps going off. And you can also identify that by the red spine and the white back. So, Vintage Classics series. Excellent choice of titles. Excellent range of titles. Very affordable prices. As you can see, you can get some titles you may be familiar with, some titles you may not be familiar with. But yeah, very affordable, great reads. They are wonderful reading stories. They can be used for give them to your kids for their high school reading projects in school, English class. Use them as take them for book club. You have book club. For even just to give to your family members, your children, your spouse, your siblings, for summer reading or winter reading. For if you're that sort of thing. So wonderful. For long cold winter nights. There's nothing on television. You don't want to watch a movie, so you go up in bed with the heater on, and with a good book and a hot cup of tea. So that's sort of thing. Or it's a long hot summer and you're bored at the beach. So, and they're, quick. Some of them are relatively quick to get through. They're only a couple of 100 pages. So they're easy to read, and they're affordable. Mostly between $10 and $20. $10 and $20. So they're very affordable. You can pick up a couple at a time. Got a little bit of spare money at the end of the fortnight. Pick up a couple of them, Pick up a couple, the bookstore. You can pop in there, pop online. Use your debit card. Pick up a couple. Pop into your local Dimmicks or your local QBD bookstore, local Collins booksellers. Pop in and sort of have a bit of a browse, or even your local library. If you don't want to buy, go for a borrow. Your local library. I mean, these. Ask at your local library if they stock these titles, because these are brilliant. I'm currently reading Weirder Than Ever Never by Jeannie Gunn, and I'm powering through that book. It is an excellent novel, and I recommend this series for anyone who, there are titles in this series for everyone. For your mum, for your teenage son, for your husband, for your sister, for your niece, everyone. And titles. There's the Bronte sisters. There's the Russian classics. There's everything. I encourage you to get into do more reading. Do more reading. It is so underrated these days. You never see it these days. Reading for fun and reading for pleasure. Just reading for pleasure is such a wonderful thing. I grew up reading for pleasure because, for me, it was a wonderful way to escape out of my own head and just sort of be out of my own head and sort of be in this other world. If I ever found my own world boring or not what I am expecting, I pick up a book and I delve into this other world of, somewhere that I can escape to and be at. Be someone else for an hour or two. Be someone else for an hour or two. And you're in this other world, this other magical world where you can escape and be who you want and what you want. And thus,